All right, part two. Back on the Sunday drive here. Just left the campground from part one, so this is part two. And here we go. Let me turn. All right, I didn't want to bore you with that 10-minute ride coming down the hill, but we're coming up to where the equestrian sites are. Right up, you can see where the blaze was in the back there. Not sure if you've seen that or not, but they got the North Country Trail. Folks from the NCT and the Wampum chapter did some really nice work. They got the trails all blazed here coming through. You can see here's the signs for North Country Trail, and it goes up over that hill, and we're going down through the equestrian. This is where the Equestrian Campground is, so all you folks that ride horses and want a place to camp, this is pretty cool. I think they keep this part of the campground open all year, and now since Beaver Creek State Campground is open again, that's open all year. Group sites where I'm going to show you, I think they closed that off sometime around Thanksgiving. I could be wrong, but somewhere around there. I'll get a little more detail in some of these things because I'll be visiting these sites, more often. But here's the equestrian site, which is pretty cool. A lot of folks come up here and camp horses, and then they go for trail rides through Beaver Creek State Park. There's a lot of cool trails for the horses to go on, and every time I'm up here hiking or just doing a little hangout at the park, you'll see the horses and stuff. But this is pretty cool. They got a bathroom there, and you just back your trailers into these sites here, and they got tie-offs all the way around for the horses and stuff. So that's neat. There's trails. There's like little runoff trails on each side here. And then of course they got a little thing here, and then we'll tell you what's going on. Non-potable water. All right, Sunday drive again. Leaving the equestrian site, and on the right hand side up here, get out of here, make a left, there is a memorial, or I guess a placard here for where Pretty Boy Floyd was shot. He was shot up here somewhere. This used to be like an old farm. I guess he held up in here, and so I guess this is where he got shot, somewhere up here. So they got a little memorial, little placard, as you can see out there on the road. That's where it's at. So I'm not really sure. I haven't done it. I'm not real into being a big historian, but it's really cool, some of the stuff that the park has here. But from what I heard, this Beaver Creek modelers is, I guess they fly planes and little model planes or something like that. That's what I heard. I didn't quite understand what it was, but that's what it was. And you could get on the Vondergreen, at the top of the Vondergreen, actually back here. Let's see. Here, I'll get out of the car for a minute. So I'm doing my Sunday drive, but I'll show you the Pretty Boy Floyd thing here for folks that are into history. Here we go. It says Ohio Historical Marker. Death of Pretty Boy Floyd. See that story? It says here, believed to be returning to his home in the Crookston Hills of Oklahoma after a year of hiding. Floyd and his partner Adam Ricchetti had attracted the attention of local police near Wellsville, Ohio. A shootout ensued, resulting in Ricchetti's capture and Floyd's escape. Agent Melvin Purvis supervised the 3-day manhunt, which ended here when 8 lawmen ended Floyd's life of violence. Pretty Boy's body was placed on a public display in East Liverpool before being returned to Oklahoma for burial. So I guess this is where it was, somewhere right here. So anyways, yeah, that's that. All right, whoa, I'm sliding all over the place here. A little wet today. Let me get back in the car. Get back out on Spruceville Road. There's a lot of history in Beaver Creek State Park. And some of my friends that live down here, They've been living all their lives down here. They got you know, a lot of great stories and stuff like that. That's the Hamilton Mill, and they just this past year they just put these markings up for the North Country Trail. They started blazing that and marking all the trail and stuff like that. So you can see here, that's the Hamilton Mill, and then in here is the entrance to the bottom end of the park. And myself and my family, we like to go for little day hikes that will take us from here to the Pioneer Village. It's a couple miles in. It's not too bad of a hike. It's actually pretty nice, you know. And then we'll go down there, grab some lunch, and then work our way back. As you can see here, there's a lock system, which I could talk about in another video. We'll get into detail about that on a hike. There used to be a lock system that would go through Beaver Creek here in the 1800s, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of remnants of the old you know, locks and things like that. We do a little brief one here because there's Jake's Lock is right here. I'll get in this parking lot. There's Group Site 1, and over here there used to be a second site, and they never changed the signage, but this is Group Camp 3, and actually I think years ago, or how many years ago, maybe 5 years ago or so, this was a campsite right here. This is Group 2, but that changed. Down here at the beginning of the trail, the Vondergreen. And some stuff to see down here. Actually, I like coming down here a lot. We take our dog Bonzo, and he likes, you know, running around down here. But as you can see, I'll show you at the beginning here. We'll turn this around. Okay, so as I narrate this here, we're down here. This is the parking lot, and as you can see here, this is Vondergreen Trail, where it starts in the bottom of Beaver Creek State Park. And you can see the sign here. All right, they got the North Country Trail Association, got all their information. This trail actually leads you to the infamous Gretchen's Lock down here. We could talk a little more about that later on. Just kind of want to give you a brief overview here. So that's where the trail starts. This is just great. Walk down this trail here, get you next to the water. Me and my family, we kayak down here quite a bit. It's nice, especially when the water's up. You can get down this from right down at the State Park Pioneer Village area and get yourself down to Gretchen's Lock. That's where they call this here, but you can see this water is just fantastic. Let's see here. We'll go up to Group Campsite 3. But anyway, this is the Site 3. So if you got a crowd, you know, a couple people, family, more than a couple tents, this is the place to go down here. And then walk down here to Group 1. So you're back in the parking lot here. As you can see behind me, Group 3 and Group 1 is down that direction. Anyway, here is the other site. This is Group Camp 1. And what's cool about this is Jake's Lock is right here. It's right in the camp itself, right ahead of me. You can see it there. Zoom in, you can see actually some of the sandstone there. So I'll walk over there and show you that. But this is the site. Fit quite a few tents in here, and if you want to bring in a camper and just dry camp, you can do that. Small one. Yeah, so this is Jake's Lock. Not much to look at. It's just all grown over right now. If you go down the Vondergreen Trail, Gray's Lock is really nice. You can see the formation real well. But Jake's here has been this looks like it's seen, you know, better days. A lot of erosion, just, you know, the formation and stuff's still here, but again, for a lock, I could be wrong. It may be one of the worst ones in the park, like as far as deterioration goes. There's a couple, like at the entrance of the park, I think 1 or 2 in there. There's inside the park, I'm not sure what the names are, but if you walk through halfway through the Vondergreen, you'll see Gretchen's, and then Gray's Lock, I believe it is. Gray's is like in almost pristine shape, like it's never been messed with. But you can see over here, this is pretty cool. This is the kind of stuff, like, you know, looking at some of the old history of this park. I mean, with all the places that are around, this is so cool that this is still here. So I'll put you right at the beginning of the lock so you get an idea. Once again, there's the mill, and then this is on the output side of the bottom of the park here, but here's Jake's Lock here, as you can see. You know, it's 1800, so yeah, as you can see, it's definitely you know, all grown in, but the sandstone's still there. It's so cool, you know. Think about how they brought this stuff in back in the day. Jeez. Hard-working men and women back then. There's a little placard up at the top here. I'll show you. Like I said, you can go in here, get on the back side of that group camp over there. There was something here, some sort of formation here, as you can see. If you look in there, there's like a bunch of sandstone foundation. I don't know if it was like another lock or whatever it was, but there's a little placard thing up here. Show you real quick. Spruceville, here we go. So you can see Sandy Beaver Canal Association, 1994, in memory of John Wattenberger. So it kind of gives you this little diagram. Shows you Gretchen's Lock 41. So from the parking lot here, where my car is, you'll go down through that trail. They call it Gretchen's Trail, but Vondergreen Trail, whatever. And that takes you down to Lock 41, which is Gretchen's Lock. And then, okay, so that's basically what it's saying here, is there was a barn foundation, the site of a wood mill. And then there's Jake's Lock. So we were, let's see, we were right, when you're looking at the, so you got the creek. I guess there was a house right there where I was walking down towards Jake's Lock, where the little camp area is here, group site, right? And you can see where Jake's Lock is, canal. There's a canal going down through here. It's pretty cool. So again, it says here, you know, Lock 43 was under the roadway. There's the Hambleton Mill. So it's pretty cool that they got this all ironed out here on this placard. And there's a little bit of history. And then it talks about the Sandy Beaver Canal. Once again, I don't want to narrate this whole thing right now because, you know, if I were you, I'd come down here and check this place out for yourself. It's really, really cool. And again, you know, even a weekend or a day trip, it's a nice time. Okay, so I'm going to head back to the car, but I figured I'd give you a little rundown of Beaver Creek State Park here. And I'll work on cleaning this video up so it doesn't bore you to death with all the road time and stuff. But got a nice Sunday afternoon, rainy, but just come down here and you could smell the, from the rain and just the trees, and it's the outdoors, man. It's just so good. It's relaxing. I absolutely love this park. My friends and family are like, oh my God, it's all you ever talk about. But anyways, that and drums. It's so quiet. Feels like I'm like the only person in this park right now, but I guess until next time, we'll see ya. Good day.